Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane, and today we'll be having a look at Origin Protocol, the OGN token. Origin Protocol is an Ethereum-powered platform that aims to bring non-fungible tokens, also known as NFTs, and decentralized finance to the masses. So before we continue with this video, allow me to declare that this video is not financial advice, strictly for educational purposes. Now, after years of building out a decentralized e-commerce platform, Origin refocused their platform around NFTs and the unique experience that they can enable. So Origin created a marketplace called NFT Launchpad to simplify NFT issuance and to put more control in the hands of creators. So Origin has hosted record-setting NFT drops, including an album from electronic music producer 3LAU, and original Charlie Bit My Finger viral video. So some of you might be familiar with those names, but ultimately we're going to have a full look at Origin Protocol today. We're also going to do a price analysis and price prediction. The price is currently 46 cents per coin. In the last 24 hours alone, it's been up almost 10%. So that's quite impressive. It's on a rally right now, and that's what we want to assess. The circulating supply is 388 million coins in circulating supply. The max supply, on the other hand, is much larger in size. It's 1 billion. So that's quite significant. With a market cap of 181 million, this ranks at 246 in the world of all crypto. And the crypto world is just absolutely exploding. Over 18,000 different coins are in creation right now. That's absolutely incredible. And in the last 24 hours alone, Origin Protocol has been as high as 52 cents per coin. That's quite impressive. But what's even more impressive is if we look just a few days ago, you'll actually notice that it was consolidating for a really long time. Well, for a few days, I'd say. That's considered a long time in the crypto world. It was consolidating roughly around 26 cents per coin, and that was considered to be its bottom. But of course, now that we know where the price have been, over 52 cents per coin, we understand that there's a new ceiling. There's new expectations for Origin Protocol. And naturally, this hasn't happened for a while. For the last 3 months, it's been absolutely low. But in the early parts of January, it was actually relatively high, especially in the later parts of December as well. It was as high as 75 cents per coin. So that's quite impressive. But the thing is that it fell off. It started to fall off around January, and towards February especially, it was in the dust, so it was quite low for some time. And recently it's just had a huge correction, either a huge correction or just like a lot more money being pumped into the market than ever expected. Let's put this in perspective. A few days ago, it had a trading volume of roughly around 14 million on the average, maybe 20 million sometimes. Now, if you look currently where we are, it's above 467 million in trading volume as we speak. That's just absolutely incredible. The amount of money that's being transferred using this blockchain, using this crypto, is absolutely incredible. Almost $500 million. Yeah. Almost $500 million US being transmitted through this blockchain. Now, there is a light paper for the Origin Protocol. We'll have a look at that if we have to. But nevertheless, we want to continue with this video by me explaining to you a little bit more about Origin Protocol. What can I tell you that you probably don't know already? So Origin's NFT and DeFi ecosystem is governed by the OGN token. That's the native token of the platform, the Origin Protocol token, which should allow holders to ensure transparency, oversight, and development of the Origin platform. So that's quite good, actually. Well, it was co-founded by Josh Fraser and Matthew Liu. Fraser previously co-founded multiple tech companies, included Torbit, which was acquired by Walmart Labs. Liu was an early hire at YouTube and worked at a variety of startups, including Bonobos and Quickie, which was acquired by Yahoo. Now, Origin raised approximately 38 million in a private and public sale of the tokens in July 2018 from numerous institutions and private investors, including Panthera Capital, Blockchain.com, YouTube founder Steve Chen, and Reddit founder Alexei Oceana. So that's quite a handful so far. So there's a lot of things to learn and discover about Origin Protocol, to be honest. you know, there's a long list of things that we could learn and discover about Origin protocols. but we want to keep this simplistic. And of course, we want to get onto our price analysis. But before we can do that, allow me to just explain to you why most people would choose to use Origin Protocol. Well, the OGN token itself may be the interest to investors who would like to see more unique sell configurations and purchase experience from NFT platforms. So additionally, NFT investors who would like to have a direct voice in the future development of NFT marketplaces. So while also earning a portion of the revenue, they also want to find value in the OGN token. So finally, investors may want to add OGN to their portfolio if they value in earning passive income on the OUSD stablecoin directly from their wallet without having to manage their yield farming processes. That's just one of the reasons. That's just a quick reason. Additional question that I have for everyone. Why does OGN have value? Good question, right? So it's a native cryptocurrency, as we know. It's primarily used on the platform as a governance token. The holders can create and vote on proposals to change or amend the underlying protocol, such as changes to fees and how funds are allocated to different projects. So that's actually quite unique. You get a say in how projects are developed on this platform, on this blockchain. And that's a big thing for everyone, because everyone wants to have a say in something that they're investing in. And this is the difference that crypto give to investors compared to stocks and shares. When you buy shares in a company, you can't really tell them what to do unless you have like 10% ownership. Then you might be on the seat of board. You might be on the seat of board directors. But apart from that, usually if you buy small portions and just like a regular person, you have no say in the company, and you don't get any say in how the company goes forward in the future. That's something that's new, that's something that's revolutionary, and it's something that we're finding really useful in a daily life. Our organization, decentralized organization, and not just that, but an organization that allows you to invest, but also to have an opinion on where everything goes. So that's quite fascinating. But let's get to our price analysis and price prediction. So like I said, what we're going to try to understand is it's quite simple, to be honest. We're going to try to identify any patterns that might be occurring in the market right now, especially in Origin Protocol. So immediately, we obviously want to go straight to trading view, and we obviously want to take a look at this crypto in the most recent time period. We want to have a look at this crypto in the last few months. We don't really want to go too far out. So we've already had a look at when it started falling off, early parts in January when the token was doing particularly well. But like I said, it went into a landslide, an absolute landslide. But from that point, that's what we really want to understand, is what really occurred. As I understand it, in the last few days, it was actually consolidating just a little bit. And that was quite significant. That was quite important to this huge rally that's happening on the network. So in order to understand the rally, we have to understand what it was actually doing. We have to try to identify any sort of patterns. You don't really see much patterns. I mean, even the consolidation was only happening for a couple of days, 3 days to be exact. There wasn't a huge amount of consolidation. Some big news must have hit for this token to just surge up out of nowhere. That's our first explanation, but this isn't always the case. If you go to the blog, there wasn't any recent news except for the 2nd of March when they announced like February 2022 Origin holder update. That was just an update, but that was early in March. The price rally actually occurred quite recent. It's not the early parts of March, it's quite recent. Sometimes these things can take a while before they trigger an immediate action in the market. It can take a while before you see a reaction in the market to what's going on the blog or what's going on in the ecosystem. It can take a while. That's how trading works. That's how these things work. In the ecosystem of Origin Protocol, possibly in this blog, could have helped to trigger this price rally. Most of us understand that because that's just basic 101 of crypto. But the tricky thing about Origin is that it's really hard to identify any sort of patterns. It's really hard to identify. You can see for yourself, the price was relatively the same between 25 cents to around 29 cents or 30 cents. It was actually quite reasonable. It stayed at that price for quite some time, and it was volatile at times. but it's really hard to identify any patterns, and it's probably going to stay that way for a really long time. Now, I guarantee you, if you look at this as a day trader, from a day trader perspective, you'll probably see a lot of patterns. You'll see patterns all over the place. You know, I can identify them almost straight away. These are patterns right here that we're seeing. We can draw them out in different colors if you'd like. And this just goes to show there is patterns, but the problem is identifying these patterns are not the easiest things to do, which is why we have like timeline. You know, timeline is an important thing on these graphs. They allow us to understand patterns, and these are patterns that I just identify straight away. These patterns are probably going to continue to happen. These patterns are happening on a daily basis. These are not patterns over a long period of time, like weeks or months. These patterns are occurring on an almost daily basis. If you look within that deeply, you can understand that because there's a lot of traders who are using this to trade, day trade. So naturally there will be patterns, which is what we've identified. But ultimately, I'm looking forward to Origin protocol going as high as 60 cents. But to be honest, based on what I'm seeing, it's probably going to start consolidating. There's a strong resistance around 43, 45 cents. And that's what we're aiming at, to be honest, although I'd like to see it at 60 cents. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.